never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a strong faith, but honestly, I'm not on the club. I put the switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see me, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, I do it till I get what I want. Show me how we don't have moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spot Show Live Stream with your host, me, Ronald Ray. How's everybody doing tonight? Can everybody hear me? Uh-oh. All right, can everybody, is everything in sync now? It's not really in sync here. It's almost like it's in a delay. Anyways, so how's everybody doing tonight? Can everybody hear me? Swell. So it is on kind of a delay here. Because I'm going on one thing and looking at another thing. It's not quite in sync. But I guess it'll do for now. Anyway, let me get on with some wrestling news right now. Uh, so I won't sound like a total fool here. Anyway, got some new contracts here. Charlotte has inked a new deal, according to Fightful. She's got a new extension, has a huge increase in pay, and making her one of the highest paid females in WWE history. Good for her, I think. I mean, no offense, I'm not a Charlotte hater. I'm a fan of Charlotte, actually. Uh, Sorry, there's been a lot of second generation talent out there that were no good, and she's very good. She's over. She's over as a heel. She's over as a baby face. People like to cheer her, time for time. So she definitely, I know she pushes a lot of merch too. So she definitely deserves that big bump in pay. Um, Not only that, supposedly she's going to join the ranks of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and receiving a travel bus and part of a contract. I don't know if she's paying for that or they're paying for that. Oh crap! I forgot my thinking cap. But like I said, good for her. Uh, right now she's uh she's injured right now. Suffered a knee injury. Tore ACL, MSL, MCL, all kind of CLs. But yeah, I do agree, Joe. She's definitely one of the best female wrestlers ever. That whole group, not really bad talent. Uh, I won't say they're all on par with Charlotte Flair. I'm talking about the four horsewomen, that being Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bailey, and Sasha Banks. I'd easily put, Flair on top. Becky's got to be second. She's probably the most popular. She has good matches. Bailey, very good. And sorry, I hope I don't ruffle too many feathers, but Sasha Banks is dead last in that group of talent. Um, but anyway, other people getting new contracts lately is, let me pull up my notes here. Where did my notes go? Uh-oh. There we go. So, not only did Charlotte get a new deal, it looks like Rey Mysterio Jr. has also signed a new 3-year contract with WWE. Um, when he returns, I guess he's going to still be feuding. Speaking of Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio signs a new 5-year deal with the company. So looks like they're probably discussing, hey, how come you got a 3-year deal, and or how come you got a 5-year deal and not only got a 3-year deal? Yeah, until Sasha Banks can, I don't know about that. She probably get the same amount of money. Sasha Banks might, uh, but yeah. Speaking of the four horsewomen, Bailey, I just heard, got a new contract as well, for multi years. I'm pretty sure a big bump in pay for her. But yet, no word yet on Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, or Becky Lynch as far as their deals are concerned. Um, but yeah, I do think Sasha will get paid. Obviously, whoever thought that, I let's see, do I agree with that? Nia Jax, the worst female wrestler? I'm pretty sure I've seen worse. Are we talking about history or currently? Currently, yeah, Nia Jax. Um, let's see, in history, gosh, that'll be kind of hard to discuss in history of who the worst female wrestler is. Um, because you got to remember Glow. Remember Glow? Um, currently Nia Jax. Apparently you ain't watched AEW. There's a there's a few bad ones in AEW. Nyla Rose, not that good. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't say they're that good either. Tony, Brooke, and Crystal. But I don't know. They're not as bad as Nia Jax. I will give them that much credit. Yeah, in the WWE, it's definitely Nia Jax. AEW, Nyla Rose. She's not even on TV anymore. Um, a few overrated ones in AEW though. I tell you, if I was a WWE, um, Willow Willow Nightingale, who wrestles in AEW now, I like her. I think she can definitely benefit from being in the Performance Center, and I think she did quite well in WWE. I think she's a good hand, kind of a heavyweight girl, not as big as not as big as Nia, just kind of curvy in all the right places, if I can say that. Um, but she can move. If get her in that Performance Center, let her kind of strengthen the loose ends of her game. I believe she'd do pretty well. Speaking of AEW, let's talk about AEW. It looks like the finals of the, what do they call it, the Continental Classic Tournament, the Gold League. Looks like the finals will be between John Moxley, Swerve Strickland, and Jay White. Blue League is still not determined yet, but it looks like it might be Andrade versus Daniel Bryan. Um, I think this will be their second go around their tournament. Um, so whoever wins the Gold League and Blue League finals will basically have the finals at the AEW World's End pay per view coming next Sunday, or next Saturday. Excuse me, next Saturday is the AEW Continental Classic Tournament. The winner of the tournament will be the Triple Crown champion. That includes the newly created Continental Classic Championship, along with the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship and the New Japan Openweight Strong Championship. Um, Also, on that card is going to be Timeless Tony Storm defending her AEW Women's Championship against Rio, um, and MJF defending the AEW World Heavyweight Championship against Samoa Joe. So that that should be a killer match. I know they had a pretty good match um, earlier this year as part of Dynamite. But in other news this week, let's see what else we got here. Devon Dudley. He's celebrating the arrival of a 6 pound, 11 ounce baby boy. Yes, it looks like Devon wants to become the next Nick Cannon of professional wrestling, or the new Stu Hart of professional wrestling, because this makes number 7 for the 51-year-old. So yeah, he's pumping it out as quick as much as much as he can. Like I said, 51 years old, just had baby. I think this is wife number 2 he's with. But like I said, congratulations to him though and his wife. Uh, Definitely not number 7 to get. I think this is number 3 for him as far as babies is concerned. Last little news bit here. Let's see. Matt Riddle. Let's see. Matt Riddle, it looked like he's inked a deal with MLW Wrestling, and he will face Jacob Fatu in their Kina Coliseum event on January 6th, 2024. This will be at the 2300 Arena. Used to be called the ECW Arena in Philadelphia. Um, and that's it about the news today. How's up? I wish I could see that match. That would probably be a killer match right there. Matt Riddle against Jacob Fatu. I know the first time I seen Matt Riddle, oddly enough, was the first time I was first seeing footage of Matt Riddle wrestle. Um, it was him against a kid named Shane Swerve Strickland. Um, oh, that's right. Um, they had a match with each other, and that I if you want to go back and see a good wrestling match between two indie guys, here, let me put my thinking cap on uh, before I blind everybody. There, now I feel comfortable now. Um, but yeah, like I said, go back and watch. It was an MLW match. I think it's for the MLW Heavyweight Championship. It was Matt Riddle versus, uh, like I said, a kid by the name of Shane Swerve Strickland. Awesome match. Go back, watch it. Uh, One killer spot there where it looked like I think it looked like Swerve had broken Matt's arm, or Matt broke Swerve's arm. Uh, yeah, so we seen Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle wrestled twice that weekend at the Well, it's called the Landmark Arena in Cornelia, Georgia. Um, it was, let's see, what was it? Was it the Christmas Chaos they had 2 nights that year? Or did they do the hard? No, it's Christmas Chaos they did too. Because later, like another year or two later, they did Hardcore Hell 2 nights back to back again. But anyway, night one, it was Matt Riddle against this other kid. What's his name? Austin Theory? Yeah. So I heard that kid's doing pretty good for himself. Austin Theory. Heard he made it to the Big E. The next night, he wrestled a guy by the name of, yeah, Christmas Chaos. That's what it was. Or Christmas, whatever. Was Christmas Chaos. Then when they went to Anarchy, didn't they change the name? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank on that. But yeah, it was their Christmas show. Um, it was, yeah, the next night against, night two, the Saturday night was Matt Riddle against uh, Gunnar Miller. Yes, that's who it was. Gunnar Miller, of course, some reason couldn't get into the major leagues, but I heard he still wrestles time to time. And Southern Honor Wrestling or something like that out of Canton, Georgia. I think he's very busy as far as maybe coaching or something like that up in Tennessee. Uh, really not up to what he's been doing, but he's basically carry on with his life and still doing indie stuff from time to time. Um, but yeah, but definitely would love to see that match. Let's see, what else did I miss? Let's see, nothing else. Anyway, going to have a little fun tonight. Hopefully this works. Um, da, 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 da. Going to do a little watch along on this particular angle that happened in WTBS Studios on March 26, 1988. Uh, at the time, yeah, I think uh, Madam TA, of course, 2 years earlier had his car accident. Um, and they were, I don't think they're, I hate when they did it at the time because there was almost like yeah, there might be a chance of him coming back, but of course he never did because he was uh, in the auto accident. Um, but I mean, you can kind of see right. I was seeing that picture and other pictures that he couldn't use that arm no more. But anyway, going to in the chat here, I'm going to share a link to the video. Let's see. Hope it works. Paste. And as you watch it, I'm going to watch it and I'm going to run my mouth about it. So once everybody clicks or once everybody's ready and clicks play, let me know. And I'll click play on here. Actually, let me. There we go. Once we, once everybody says yes, they're ready to go, I will play it on mine here. I'm going to probably have to use closed caption. Where is closed caption? There we go. Because basically, I don't want to have any sound. Oh, it's unavailable. Oh well. Anyway, um, like I said, once everybody presses play, Tony's ready to go. You're ready to go. And like I said, I'm not going not going to be able to hear it, but hopefully we'll uh, let's see how this little experiment works. Okay, so here we go. So here's Magnum. You know, he's
Like clear a few things is going on. People say a little controversy. Well, I say there's a whole lot of controversy because you see,
he's going his little
wasn't so long
spiel.
ago that I came out here and tried to lend my expertise, maybe do a little commentating here on TBS, and everybody took that
Oops.
opportunity to take their pot shots at me.
But yes, man, I'm sitting here kind of talking. He, like I said, he was doing a little bit of commentary, and like I say, you know, when you're a kid at that time, you know, you really didn't notice anything as far, you know, that any of us really noticed that arm gone and stuff like that. But but he still cut a promo, you know, still had that, you know, fiery promo, and just kind of like, you know, listen to the fans here as he's talking and all. Uh, that's the key point I want to get this angle is the fans' reaction. Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. Uh, so in a few minutes, well, it shouldn't be too long. Tully Blanchard's gonna. There he is. He comes out, and I do remember, you know, he comes in. He comes in and he says, you know, talking about how, you know, he kind of felt bad about, you know, Magnum's accidents too, but he still had a chip on his shoulder about the I Quit match. He's, you know, he still says, you know, he didn't say I quit or anything like that. But and like I said, and Tully Blanchard, he gave those powerful, you know, promos too. I mean, just listen to, I mean, this is what's missing today.
You stay out until you can draw back in the ring. Then you start sticking your ring in. I don't care about equalizers. You want it to have fair enough.
Yeah, here's Barry Windham now. I'm trying to, so Barry takes a shot at, then he takes a shot at Magnum. Look, now, when I was a kid, first time I was watching this, um, like everybody else, you know, I didn't notice how careful J.J. Dillon was in helping Magnum kind of fall down. So, you know, J.J. Dillon did his deal, but listen to the fans' reaction here. Once Magnum got hit, Dusty comes out. He's swinging a bat. He's hitting everybody. There's Jim Crockett Jr., and he hits him. And he's trying to choke the life out of Tully Blanchard here. And here comes the other wrestlers. They'll come out. There's Lex Luger, Sting, Fantastic, a young Shane Douglas, Jimmy Garvin. Everybody comes out trying to pull Dusty off of Tully. But yeah, like I said, when I watch wrestling today and see this angle play out, oh, where's my other thing? And to see this angle play out, you know, like I said, there's, you know, he attacks. Here's Dusty. Then after, you know, of course, all this causes Dusty to get suspended. But then once he gets suspended, this mysterious guy right here named the Midnight Rider comes out. But like I said, just listen to the fans. One of the things it kind of dawns on me when I watch it today is uh-oh, you can't see the video? Uh-oh. I just caught that you couldn't see it. But anyway, just listen, like I said, listen to the fans' reaction and how they, you know, pretty much bought into it. Um, and you just don't get that anymore. It's like people, you know, really truly loved Man MTA. And see, I done messed up my train of thought there. But anyway, yeah, everybody loved Man MTA. Felt bad that he go back and watch the Dark Side of the Ring of Man MTA. Really nothing dark side about him except for he got in a car wreck and kind of messed around on his wife. But other than that, you know, no drug abuse or anything like that. This he was supposed to be the guy. Then, unfortunately, that car accident, you know, pretty much ended his career. But But nah, people were mad. People were, that Tully hit him. Heck, I was at home mad that Tully hit Magnum. Then when Dusty comes out, just the way that people pop. I mean, that's uh, I kind of almost compare it to when Negan killed Glenn on The Walking Dead. How people reacted to that. And this was a TV show, so you can't say, "Oh, wrestling's fake," blah blah blah. Hey, Walking Dead, Glenn's going to be on another TV show or another movie. But like I said, um, it seems like fans today they'll cheer, and it almost seems like fans are kind of starting to play along a little bit more than what they used to. But you just don't have that wrestler that everybody's emotionally invested in. People were like emotionally invested in Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Rock and Roll Express, um, just about any babyface, and uh, they love Ric Flair, love to boo him, love to cheer him, um, but they was you know emotionally invested in these wrestlers. That's why you got to pop like that. I think the last chance anybody, the fans or anybody, any wrestler that the fans emotionally got invested in was probably Daniel Bryan, and when he first made that first main event push to the during the Yes movement. Just remember that the highlights going back to watching the Raw where he quit the Wyatt family, and the whole crowd was chanting yes, yes, yes. Uh, then unfortunately for him, well, fortunately he did get his WrestleMania moment. He did win the world title, but he got injured. Came back for a little bit, got injured. Then after that, it was like, okay, we're kind of not emotionally invested in you anymore. Um, then retired, came back, got the pop. I mean, don't get me wrong, he gets a pop every time he comes out, but still, you just don't get that emotional investment that they had it during the Yes movement, during that first, I mean, that Royal Rumble, uh, when it's time for number 30 came out, and Rey Mysterio was number 30, not Brian Danielson. Uh, People booed Rey Mysterio. That was probably the first and last time you'll ever hear a crowd boo Rey Mysterio. That's because, like I said, they're emotionally invested in Brian Danielson at the time, or Daniel Bryan. You know who I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, but you just, like I said, when you watch this angle right here, you just don't, you see that and you see how people are emotionally invested, and you don't see that anymore. They'll cheer, boo, do their little chants. But see, like I say, in this angle you believed in, like I said, that's when Dusty Rhodes got suspended, and then the Midnight Rider came out, and everybody knew it was Dusty Rhodes, but it was like, okay, we know it's Dusty Rhodes, but they don't. But like I said, one of the things that people believed into is like, him and Magnum were friends, you know, legit friends and stuff like that. Uh, there's the reunion, after after Magnum's car accident. Uh, and of course, this is a picture of him and Dusty and Magnum after the car accident, or after not after, but I forgot when it was taken. It was a little before, probably a year or so before Dusty's passing, but they stayed lifelong friends, and people knew that. And with the internet today, it is not like you can't have an angle like that, or it's just the whole part of getting people emotionally involved. And I really don't know how to get that back, And it's pretty sad. I mean, hopefully it can come back at one time, and people will uh, find somebody that they can really get behind. Uh, I mean, I ain't trying to throw shade at anybody. Um, I will say right now, I guess the number one babyface in the world is Cody Rhodes. Um, but are they totally emotionally invested in them? What's going to happen if WrestleMania he doesn't beat Roman Reigns, um, or if they had their match, uh, if he falls, again to Roman Reigns, are they going to still be there for him, or are they going to look for the new flavor of the month? And right now, it's CM Punk's in there. I don't. I wouldn't surprise me if he does face when he does face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania that he winds up capturing the World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins. I wouldn't do it myself. I think Rollins should go over, but that's just me. Um, but anyway, what do you guys think? This is open forum time. Uh, wherever wherever you guys want to talk about, I am all ears or all eyes. Um, and to see what you want to chat about. Anything in the news I need to go back to and chat about. Um, let's see, cut that off. Let me do some move around so I can see what's going on, so I can see the chat. For some reason, this is not letting me see the chat over here. But yeah, it's that's kind of what I miss, about watching wrestling today. It's like this it's the true fans response, not just okay, since he's a good guy, we should cheer him. Oh, he's a bad guy, we should cheer him. Hold on one second. Don't want to divulge any kind of bottles or anything. Hey, is anybody going to see the new Von Erich movie this weekend? Yeah, that. I do agree. I want to say the fans that are paying a ticket and watch at the arena. I remember going to an AEW show. The fans were great. I think they were a little bit better than they were probably 10, 15 years ago when you had when you had a few of the smart marks out there. You know, even in the indie shows or major league shows, uh, you had you know fans in the crowd. Oh, you should go over, or this person sucks because um, he doesn't give good enough chops, or he doesn't do enough moonsaults, or uh, this. Yes, that's what I was getting to. Probably not the fans who pay a ticket, because like I said, they're the ones that kind of playing along right now with the show, especially when they pay a ticket, and you kind of see it on TV too. Even though some of the stuff is piped through, um, but now I mean, you definitely tell if it's something's piped through or not piped through. If they don't like something or they're not into it, they're gonna sit on their hands. No matter what you do. I mean, good example here is the women's tag team title match on this past week's Raw. I mean, I thought it was a decent match, and I do like uh, uh, Chance and Carter. Uh, I think they make a pretty good team. They need to get a good tag team name. And that after party finisher looks pretty good. They're pretty solid. Uh, go back and watch my Raw review show, and I kind of give my 2 cents on them. But I do like them as a tag team, and Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, they did what they kind of supposed to do, a little bit, but fans just wasn't into it. I don't know if it's because it was getting a little late. Everybody worked that day. That's the bad thing about 3 hour Raws too. It's like even I sit there and watch it sometimes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, one more hour? Can we just cut an hour here? But like Joe says, it's the internet fans. you read some news and stuff like that, and a lot of them like screw that guy, screw this guy, this sucks. He shouldn't lose. This guy should be world champion. I mean, if internet fans were booking, everybody would be world champion. There'll be a new world champion every week, um, or at least every month, because there's a flavor of the month, and um, they gotta be world champion. And look, another case in point is Austin Theory. Austin Theory, that kid can go. We see it, live and in person. He can lay it in, and on TV, he can definitely go in the ring. I do like him and Grayson Waller's a tag team. I wish they'd do more. Uh, yeah, New Japan fans. Let's see if the fans at the arenas were like New Japan fans, they'd be like, oh. but but yeah, and hell, they're not over Brock Lesnar beating Kofi Kingston. I mean, I hate to say it. I watched it as it happened. Fans who paid ticket to watch that show that night cheered when Brock Lesnar pinned Kofi Kingston in what 5 seconds, less than 30 seconds. They dug it, and guess what? These same internet fans were mad about Brock Lesnar beating Kofi Kingston. Were some of the same ones that you know were already tired of Kofi Mania. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Blah blah blah. You know, that's that's a bad thing about it. It's like, what do you do? You kind of get it's to a point where you went through that period where you gave them everything they wanted and still weren't happy. Um, and yes, there were some things Vince was doing that he was kind of out of touch with, or it seems he was out of touch. But I think that's when he was kind of saying, "Look, we give you fans everything you wanted Daniel Bryan to be world champion. We gave him a run. Not our fault. He got injured. Um, it came a time to where what we run the show. Let's stop right here. If you people don't like Roman Reigns that much, we're gonna make him our world champion. We're gonna make him a heel, and look what happened. People are paying and wanting anyone, to beat Roman Reigns now. And I mean, look at the box office numbers. Look at the uh, show numbers. I mean, when he's on there, he does draw ratings. He gets. I mean, he got Sami Zayn over. I mean, he was over, but you know, Roman Reigns and the whole Bloodline program that put Sami, that got Sami from here to here, and it made him like a serious contender, a person that you could, if something did happen, you can put the strap on him and see how far he can take it. Probably not as long as Roman Reigns or anybody else, but at least a nice little run as transition champion with somebody. But sorry, I don't mean to play my phone. Just shutting the volume down for I get text again. But I can't even tell you what's going on in New Japan now. That's pretty sad. I used to know a good bit, but not anymore. Um, but supposedly Okada's looking to join one of the uh, American promotions. Supposedly, um, I know he's getting up there in age. Let's see. Let me see how old Okada is. And he's been Oh, he's only 30. He's 36. But if you've seen him work, um, you know those knees have taken a beating. But but yeah, like I said, it looks like Okada maybe maybe heading to the United States, either AEW or the WWE. Um, what where we would like to see Okada at? Uh, eh, I won't go that far. He's pretty good. I mean, he definitely he's a top guy in New Japan and definitely deserves to be that top guy. Um, there was a hell of a drop kick. You know I'm a sucker for good drop kicks. Um, did anybody watch Raw this past week? And apparently they've kind of started to uh not on Raw, but I think there was an interview. Okada could stay home. Oh come on, don't be a sourpuss. Think Okada a 1 or 2 year contract. WWE. You could draw some money. Just on that name, the interest alone. But what was my train of thought? I forgot my train of thought now. But anyway, Gunther. Apparently he did an interview and yeah, our truth is the man. But apparently Gunther, he's already planting the seeds. As far as that interview was concerned, maybe him and Brock Lesnar come WrestleMania. Now, if they have half as good as a match as Gunther had with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, God, and I believe Brock will work with him. Uh, Brock's a tough guy. I guess he don't mind, being hit with a few chops. I wouldn't want to be hit with those chops. But looks like our truth is going to be he beat JD Madonna. I guess he's going to be Judgment Day member. My bad. Oh, I was watching like some old footage of old our truth, and I was saying this in my Raw recap show that our truth is like the Sam Elliott of professional wrestling. The guy got to a certain age and quit aging. Dude looks like dude looks in better. He's kind of like Billy Gunn in AEW. He looks a hell of a lot in better shape than half the roster. Yeah, if he went to AEW, he'd look way better. He'd be the only third wrestler there, fourth wrestler maybe fifth. I forgot you got Wardlow. I guess they're not doing nothing with Wardlow again. Hey, he might be your devil. Wardlow might be your devil. I don't think anybody knows. I almost messed up though. I was about to look it up and talk about the card for this Saturday's um, World uh, World's End pay per view, but when I looked it up, it was the 30th. So I was almost a week too soon on that one. Um, I just don't see them. They're supposed to have that tag team match, but Kenny's hurt. I don't know if they're gonna give Jericho another partner or just have the Young Bucks go against Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Big Bill from Long Island, New York. I've been to Long Island, New York. I don't see, and a few people I've talked to from Long Island, New York, uh, the name Big Bill wouldn't suit them. Kind of like Morrissey or Uh, what was his name in WWE? Who cares? Uh, uh, Big Cash or something like that. I forget what it was. Anyway, yeah, Big Bill doesn't suit a name for somebody from Long Island, New York. But anyway, I was kind of go off on. Yeah, I do hope to see Gunther and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That should be a hard hitting match right there. Um, I'm pretty sure Brock will work with Gunther. He'll let him have his match. Maybe he can let him get the win. That'll be awesome. Hey, just pay me. I'll do anything at this point. Um, what else was I going to say? What else has popped up in the news lately? Yeah, I don't see any kind of tag team match so far. Yeah, you talking about worst women wrestlers? Like I said, watch some AEW. Big Cass, that's it. Big Cass. I couldn't. Enzo Amore and Big Cass. I was trying to go through that, 100 times in my head, but couldn't couldn't let it pop out. But I'm glad he's doing good though. I mean, it looked like he was gonna. He's kind of slipping off the deep end there, but looks like his head's on straight. Great shape. Um, you know, in a good spot now. Even though he's kind of like a Ricky Stark's bodyguard tag team partner. It seems to be working out pretty well. Um, even though he does like Beavis. I meant to show pictures of that this week, but I forgot. This thing's like I said, this thing's kind of got a. I need to time the uh, frequency here. But this is a little first run here. Kind of going through another app here, and it's supposed to be connected to this. So I don't know. Uh, when I watch it on YouTube, because they're supposed to have the chat here, but they didn't on this app. See, that's the reason I'm kind of like looking here and looking at the camera because it's like two different. I have two different me's looking at it. So if I seem confused, that's why. Of course, I stay confused. But yeah, like I said, is anybody going to watch the Iron Claw movie this weekend? Of course, that's the movie about the Von Erich family. You know, Fritz, Kevin, Carrie, David, Mike, Chris. I need to look at that sheet again and see who's playing Chris. But it looks like it's pretty good. I've already heard pretty good spoiler free reviews on it. I think somebody um, has already done a spoiler review, so I'm going to stay away from that. Uh, what's the guy's name? Chris something. Oops. Let me go. What's his name? Crap. Uh, what's that? Honestly, I'm trying to find the guy's name. Anyway, the guy's name is Chris something. Anyway, he was on that show, Attack of the Show, on G4. Uh, dang it. Anyway, yeah, so was Christmas weekend. Can't watch it this weekend. Oh my god. Hey, I got another spoiler. Only one brother lives. Uh, that's, what's the guy's name though? Da, 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 da. Chris Gore, that's it. I remember it popped in my head. Didn't have to look at him. Anyway, this I forgot the channel's name, but a guy named Chris Gore. If you want movie reviews, look him up. He gives pretty good reviews, honest reviews of movies. Um, Even though he's politically one way, and most movies today is politically another way, he still gives an honest opinion of it. He'll let you know how political it is or not political. Um, but yeah, he went seen the movie last week, 2 weeks ago, at a special screening, and like I said, it was a non-spoiler award or snob non-spoiler review, and he pretty much says if you watch any of the documentaries, don't watch them before you watch the movie. Watch the movie, then watch the documentaries. Um, but he said the movie is pretty good, and he's not a wrestling fan, so or wrestling geek, so uh, he I think he mentions that he probably doesn't really know about them as much as other people would, but he said it was still a very good movie. Puts over who's the guy playing? See, I gotta look on Google. Uh, Zac Efron. He puts over Zac Efron pretty good, saying he definitely shows that he can act in it. Who's Lance? I heard MJF was playing Lance Von Erich or Ricky Vaughn. Um, but from what I heard, his scenes got cut out. So if you see yeah, supposedly MJF is playing Lance Von Erich. Uh, I don't know who's playing. Let me go back to it again because it just hit me. It's like I wonder who's playing Chris Von Erich. Um, According to Wikipedia, nobody's playing Chris Von Erich. I'll look on IMDb. David Carey, Young Kevin, Young David. Hey, Chavo Guerrero Jr. is playing the Sheik. Um, Ryan Nemeth is playing Gino Hernandez, but I guess wow. Um, yep, nobody's poor Chris has been left out of this one because I don't see anybody playing him. That's pretty sad. Well, easy because didn't Fritz cut out Lance once he found out that he lied to him and he was really Ricky Vaughn. He wasn't son of Waldo Von Erich. He really wasn't a cousin. That it wasn't Fritz that lied to the fans. It was Lance who lied to the fans. Um, they probably play some footage from Wild West Wrestling where he was the fabulous Lance. But, but yep, no Chris Von Erich. So as far as I know, don't say anybody's playing uh, Chris Von Erich. Poor guy. I mean, they got somebody playing Jack Jr. But I wonder if I can. Let's see here. I'll probably find a picture here. Give me a second here. Sorry, folks, I can't afford a producer yet, so I gotta do all this stuff myself on the whim. Let's see. All right, I did that, and let me see if I can. Image. Yep. Yeah, that's MJF right there with Zach Efron, who's playing Kevin, and of course MJF is playing Lance Von Erich. There's at least a set photo that proves it, and it says it also in the IMDb and Wikipedia and all that good stuff. But damn, that Zach Efron, he got freaking ripped. Um, I don't think like that. It could be. I mean, as far as reenactments and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be that bad. But I think it's going to be kind of like it's definitely going to not going to be. Oops, wrong button. It's not going to have a happy ending. It's definitely not going to paint Fritz in a positive light. By no means Um, but uh, I think even Kevin said in his shooting reviews that there was definitely a pecking order. Kerry was a favorite, then him, then David, then Mike, or it could have been him, then David, then Kevin, then Mike, something like that. But I actually I think it was the RF shooting review where Kevin said that when Feinstein asked about Kerry Von Erich, he's like, yeah, he was Dad's favorite. He was number one. But yeah, all these actors, man, they got. I mean, especially that Zac Efron, dude got freaking jacked. He looked he looked like he can play Kerry Von Erich as jacked as he was, because Kerry was the most built, bigger built out of all of them. Um, I mean, Kevin was a good size. David was tall, not lanky. He had some size on him, but didn't have that physique like Kerry had. Um, David was kind of like all business, and he would have been a world champion too. Probably been a good champion too, good world champion. But unfortunately, he wound up passing away in Japan. Um, but I will say, good news is, I'll probably get to see the movie twice then, since you guys ain't gonna be able to go this weekend. I might try to catch it this weekend or not. I ain't decided yet. My Christmas already been bought. It's all in the bag. Actually, I feel old. You know why I feel how I know I realize I'm old now. I ordered a what do you call those, filing cabinets, but it's got like a kind of a top on it. That way you can put like a printer and all other kind of knickknack stuff. Um, but yeah, that's when I got when I got the text message saying I'll be receiving a package that day. I got excited. I was like, yes, my cabinet thing is here. I'm gonna have to but it was something I got to put together, and it wasn't like a electronic or a toy or anything like that. Anything electronic whatsoever. It's just a filing cabinet with a top on it that I have to put together, which I haven't put together yet because I know it's going to take me a day. Yeah, I know it takes me all day to do a 5-minute job, but I might be able to go catch it this weekend. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how I feel Sunday or maybe Saturday. Might go see it Saturday. See if I got uh, a friend who will. Yeah, when I hang out with other old people. Yeah, myself most of the time. Uh, People I work with, they're way older than I am. The friend of mine that I might go hang out with Saturday and go see it, she's younger than I am, but not, you know, she's 30 something, so not like young, not creeper young, you know. In other words, if you're gonna pick where I'd probably check her out at, the community college, which I don't think I'd check her out there. Uh, might go see it with her, but don't know yet. Just depends. Depends on how I'm feeling. But anyway, speaking of old people things, it's getting close to my bedtime. So it's about to be, lights out the old folks home here, my home. But appreciate you folks watching. Glad you tuned in. Hope everybody has a safe and happy Christmas. Hopefully Santa Claus gets you folks everything you wanted. Like I said before, appreciate you guys hanging out, chatting with me. As I'm, trying to look somewhat professional. How'd you folks like my entrance video and music? Did it play right or did it screw up? I forgot. There's a stall and yeah, that's right. 30s and 40s don't matter. It's all the same. When you're 30s, you're crying about approaching 40. When you're in your 40s, you're crying about approaching 50s. When you're in your 50s, you're like, okay, where's that banana peel? Where's that, where's the grave at? Let me just slip on in there. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta figure how how this thing can intertwine. So I'm watching this. See, I'm watching. See, I got the. I wonder if I can do that. See, I got the YouTube playing there, and I got the other app playing on. Well, never mind. I guess you can't see it. Oh, you see my bed though. Okay, no more playing with the camera. It's supposed to be a professional looking studio, not my bedroom. Not my bedroom with a. It's a nice brick studio. That's what. Kayfabe, kayfabe. We'll delete that one. We'll cut that part out. But we gotta talk about the music. Yeah, I know. I kind of put that together on a whim. Um, when I first played it, um, it kind of rocked. It had some guitar in it, but then the rap came in. I was like, whatever. It isn't like I can play any kind of music. Uh, I gotta I gotta go on like YouTube Music, whatever, and um, or shared music, approved music that I can use without being copyright hit. So that's the reason that music was chosen. Maybe I'll try to find something else. But it's just so happened that you know that's one I had downloaded, and last night when I put it together, it was getting kind of late. Um, yeah, and I just broke kayfabe. Um, but yeah, maybe I'll change the music, find something more me. I thought it was okay for what it was. And trust me, when you go on that YouTube thing where it gives you choices of music, they're kind of, what can I say? That's probably one of the most decent things that you might find. So, like I said, I can't, ain't like I'm, have a Seven Dust is Black as my entrance music. That's on my shows because that's copyrighted and, uh, YouTube will, shut me off. Will shut it down or shut off the live stream or demonetize me, which I'm not being monetized right now anyway. But when I go eventually, hopefully one day, uh, when I do become monetized, they can go back. Hey, you use this copyrighted song on this. That's not cool. They don't like it, so uh, I'm pretty sure there is, but I don't know how. I'll have to look at that. Hopefully next week I'll be off. By the way, uh, send your thoughts and prayers and well wishes to the Hopkins family. David Hopkins, my supervisor, he had triple bypass day last Friday. He had a mild heart attack. Uh, when he got checked out, then wound up he needed a triple bypass. He got that done today and had a new stem put in. So um, everything went well. I think uh, he's definitely not home yet, but hopefully in the next couple of days, however long the stay is, he'll get to go home. But it's gonna be a long, long road to recovery. It's gonna take a while. So uh, especially at this time of year, it's definitely not cool to have to go through that. Not cool to have to go through that any time of year, but it kind of does hit hard, during the holiday season. So uh, give your well wishes to the Hopkins family. That'd be kind of cool. Um, but with that being said, don't know how much time I'm gonna be off next week since he's off. Um, I'll definitely find out tomorrow. Because the company I work for, uh, they're having their Christmas luncheon, and I talk to the big boss, the guy that signs my paycheck, um, if he needs me to come in next week, or how we're going to do next week, because there's a few little inspections that he can do if he was there, but he's not there now, so obviously can't do it. He's going to be laid up for 2 to 3 months almost, I think. If you take the non strenuous time and stuff like that, gave a whole his son, or he texted us and his son texted us, group texted us today about all the recuperating time he's going to have to face. So, but other than that, but yep, like I said, I'll look into that uh, to make my own music app, uh, and see what I can do there. But other than that, uh, probably crank out a few more things. I do want to do probably this weekend or first of next week. Going to crank out the final episode of Tales from the Territories, deal with Mid South. Going to do a video on that. Mid South UWF, definitely one of my favorite territories when I was a kid. Um, so I got everything ready to go. Just got to record a video and shoot that out. So look forward to that. And like I said on my Raw recap show, I was going to do when I first started going to be doing the live streams. I was going to do the Raw recap and a Dynamite recaps as part of the show, but uh, really talk about more interesting stuff. Really talk about more interesting. Well, I want to say more interesting, but more topics, not just Raw and Dynamite. Want to get into other little news bits like this week when I talk about the contracts and what AEW's doing and Devon, squirting out kids, uh, or his wife's squirting out more kids for him. And I want to talk about the whole, go old school. Talk about the Man MTA uh, 1988 angle with Tully Blanchard and Dusty Rhodes getting suspended. And of course, my own little open forum. Definitely like the open forums. But anyway, like I said, you folks have a Merry Christmas. Catch you folks next week. Share with friends. Tell your friends. Come play along. We talked just about everything. Didn't really talk about well, technically we did talk about a movie. Talking about the Iron Claw movie coming out, but that's a wrestling movie, so we kept it to wrestling. Last week we talked about, you know, TV shows and other movies, pop culture stuff, but we kept it to wrestling this week, so we did good for ourselves. Anyway, you folks have a good night. Check this out next week, same time about 8 o'clock. Um, let me know uh, Let me know in the comments, or I probably won't be able. As soon as I stop the stream, I probably won't be able to see the chats. But um, let me know in the comments if I should start earlier, say 7 o'clock, 7:30. Um, like I said, the reason I do it 8 o'clock because I gotta get home and do the shower and show prep or last minute show prep because I'm the king of uh, uh, procrastinating. I did work on some stuff yesterday. Worked on my interest video. See, I got interest video now. I got my own interest on, so I don't feel like such a jobber. I'm just current jerking indie show. I ain't talking about good indie show. I'm talking about the bad ones people talk about. Um, so that's the best way to describe my new intro. Anyway, like I said, you folks have a Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Take it easy. See y'all next week.